Hey guys, Ken's 97 Stowe 171. I'm gonna do a video again for you guys. Not much really going on. Not too much happening. Not really going any place. I am going to a different location. I'm going to Weil McLean. That's that place that's a real pain in the ass to back up into. And what I'm probably going to do is try to do a short, do one video right now, maybe another one, and then save the third part for the backup. Because that place is a pain in the ass to back up, and today I got a pretty long trailer, so we'll see. Could end up being a bit of a pain in the ass, which makes it exciting for video, of course. So we'll see. The last time I did a video, I was headed up to Rochester, and I only got 2 parts done, and then the video cam quit for some reason. I don't know why. I gotta be careful here because it's got a long trailer, and those pickup trucks parked where they were didn't let me go quite as wide as I'd like. I just gotta go slow through here. I know I'm moving my head around a lot, guys, and you can't really follow that so easy. I'd really like to have a high def one of these. It'd be much better for this. Alright, but such is life. I've got other things I'd rather spend $300 on. So anyway, it's been really nice around here recently. We've had several days in the 60s. Took my motorcycle out for a ride. I'm going to be selling my big bike. If anybody lives in the Cincinnati, Indianapolis, someplace that's, rideable, drivable, Louisville perhaps, basically within like 150 miles to Cincinnati. The 1978 CX500. See if I can. I may edit the video, maybe not. I'll try to post some pictures of it. But there's some videos. I've already got some videos of it running on the YouTube page. So see it there if you like. Just search for CX500 with Harley exhaust. This is the most recent video I made of it, and there's some others on there. So but yeah, I think I'm gonna sell it. I like the bike, but it's a little big for me. It's kind of heavy. And recently I've kind of gotten back into dual sport riding, and maybe you've seen, I talked about my friends and I are trying to work out a deal on he's got a 77 Yamaha DT 175 2-stroke, and I've been rode that around the parking lot for a while, and I was like, man, I really like this. This is nice and light and easy to handle, and I really liked it, and I've got a 200 4-stroke. I've got a 204 stroke. I don't know what the hell this cop's doing sitting back there. Kept hanging back there. And what the fuck he was doing, I don't know. He was hanging behind me to my left of my trailer like he was trying to go faster. I was going the speed limit, and I'm not going to speed in front of the cop. And then he hung back there. I don't know what he was doing, but oh well. No. So I was like, I got a 204 stroke, and I mean it's Chinese, and I've had it for a while, and it's been pretty decent for the price. And only paid about $900 for it, new in the crate, and so I thought, let me get that thing on the road. I hadn't titled it or anything in Kentucky since I moved to Kentucky, and took it out, and I was like, man, after I rode it around a bit, I mean, it's not the greatest bike. I mean, it's a non-counter, it's not a counterbalanced engine, so it's, you know, single-cylinder engines are always a little bit vibratey, a little buzzy, but it's more buzzy than it should be. Basically, it's a copy of a XR200 engine, and but it's a bit buzzy on long trips. I mean, your feet go a little numb, you know, and you're, you know, so it's not a high-end bike by any means, but I just really enjoyed riding it. You know, the riding position was good. It's light. And easy to maneuver, enough power to get out of its own way. So anyway, I hate selling something. I kind of like my toys, and the CX500 is a really interesting bike, very unique, and don't see too many of them around anymore. But anyway, it's 78. It's got like 75,000 miles on it. It's got an aftermarket ignition, so you'll never have to worry about the CDI going bad. And it pretty much eliminates the two common fails are CDI and stator, and the aftermarket ignition eliminates both of those problems pretty much. It's got new tires, new front brake pads, and overall it runs pretty decent. You know, a little cold natured, a little bit hard to get going in the morning. You know, especially if it hasn't been driven in, you know, like a week or so. If you drove it the night before, like if you drove it every day, it's not hard to start at all in the morning. But a little choke, it turns right over. But if it sits for a while, it can be a little, you know, crank it a few times, and it seems like one cylinder catches and then the other does, and that's pretty common on the CXs, and I don't know that anybody's really figured out why. But it runs pretty good. And I'm going to be asking like $800 or $900 for it, and quite frankly, $800 or $900 for a running motorcycle with new tires that really doesn't need anything. You know, it doesn't really need anything. I've got a spare oil filter. Could get my hands on a service manual possibly, or copies of it. And sorry, box truck there. I gotta go. I'm boxed in here to my left, so I have nowhere to go to let him in. So it runs pretty good. I mean, it, you know, like I said, I hate selling things because, you know, it's kind of a cool, unique bike, but I just, you know, doesn't quite fit me. It's heavy, and I like the cushy suspension on the dual sport a lot. You know, potholes, and you know, you're driving along and, oh, what's that dirt road over there? And you can, you know, you can go up the dirt road. So, great mileage. Took a trip last weekend to the weekend before, and averaged like on the dual sport, averaged like 73 miles to the gallon. The CX500, you're gonna range between 40 and 50 miles per gallon, something like that. You could probably do better than that. I took the carbs apart a while back, rebuilt them with new gaskets, so it's got all new rubber gaskets in it. Cleaned it as best as I could with just spray cleaner, and I didn't notice any obstructions. You know, everything seemed to be okay, but what's weird is when I put it back together again, it ran pretty much exactly like it had before. So I didn't really notice any improvement, and it's not that it runs badly. I thought I would see some improvement, you know, and I didn't. So I don't know whether they were already cleaned or what. If you go on the CX500 forums, and if you want the bike, let me know. I'll give you the link to it, to the forums, or you can look it up. It's Chopper Charlie something or other is the name of the forum. I don't know why it's called that, but there's a guy on there who specializes in carb cleaning, and everybody says that, you know, no matter how good you think your bike is running, you send the carbs off to him, and when they come back, he will not only completely disassemble and clean them, ultrasound. I mean, he thoroughly cleans the insides, and then he'll polish them for you on the outside. And I mean, it's 150 to $200 shipped and everything. It's not cheap, but everybody says that when they come back, it's like it's a whole new bike. So, but it runs perfectly fine the way that it is. Doesn't foul the plugs, doesn't run lean. I think it just isn't running perfectly. Quite frankly, I don't think any 30-year-old plus motorcycle is going to run perfectly unless you ultrasound the carburetors, because the air passages can get clogged up with calcium deposits and shit, and the only way to get that out is either with really fine wires, which he also has, or ultrasound, or both. So anyway, 78 CX500, it's going to be for sale, $800-900, and in the Cincinnati area. I hate to sell it, don't need to sell it, but I don't need it, so, you know, make room in the garage for another new toy, perhaps. You never have too many toys, right, guys? Glad the rain stopped. It was raining like hell last night, storming, and still raining this morning when I got up. I hate driving in the rain. It just tends to screw everything up. So, yeah, I'm still working on a deal for that DT175. I finally talked to the guy that owns it, my friend BJ, and you know, he's got the same problem I have with the CX. He doesn't need to sell it, but he doesn't need the bike, but it has some sentimental value, so it's worth something to him in his mind, perhaps more than it's actually worth. And but he's got the same problem. He's got multiple motorcycles, and where do you put them? What do you do with them? He just got a brand new KTM. Oh, not brand new. He got a new toy, KTM 550 or something like that. Super Motar, but he's got the dual sport wheels with it and everything. And I mean, it's really sweet. He just got that this past weekend. So he doesn't. I mean, DT175. What the hell is he going to do with that? You know, he flat out told me he's never going to ride it on the street. The only thing he'd ever use it for is to ride around in the snow on it, because it's so light. You know, it's easy to play around in the snow. But he's like, you know, not a real good reason to keep a motorcycle all year just to ride around in the snow. So he had no idea what it was worth, and neither did I. So I went out on the local riders forum and asked, and I mean, it's only got 600 miles on it or so. It's got the original tires, but it's covered in mud, and it's got a few dings, and it's certainly not showroom condition. So I asked around, and most of the guys on the forum said, you know, new showroom condition, spotless, would be $1,200 or so. So they recommended $700 to $1,000. And so that's what I told him when I saw him, and he's like, well, let me think about it. And I was like, all right, well, we're friends, it's all right, you know, can't work out a deal, it's all right. I'm hoping he says yes though, because it's a cool little bike, man. Fucking 2-stroke, ding 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 ding. That was fucking really cool. It's zippy too. It doesn't have quite the low end grunt of my 204-stroke, but man, and it's in like between 4,500 and 6,500 RPM, man. It's zippy and it's lighter, so and it's just cool. Yep, gotta go. I'll be back.